Do you have too many laptops? Are you like, well, I'd like to use some of those for something good besides a dust collector, uh, and you are. Maybe you have some permanently in use. Or do you know that sometime that down in the future, that those laptops will laugh at you and curse you because I'm having the same problem. Welcome back to Pushing Technology to the Limit. Today I'm talking about the curse of the laptops. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of my problems I've been having lately. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with using a laptop. These computers work fine, except that I'm having some issue with, I'm not sure what. I've got a laptop right now that has a network attached storage that I've got set up as, and some things are not really working quite right, and I know it's not the computer. It's something because of the connections that I've got. And then I have on another laptop a router. Now, if you've seen my Zero Shell videos, you'll understand about that, but I will explain in this video what's going on with that one too. So let me show you what's going on with my network attached storage system. So right here's my network attached storage PC. And like I said, it's a laptop. And my problem is that I have all the external hard drives. And I've got those down here, and that's what that fan is that you hear running, is that it's keeping those hard drives cool. And I'm thinking that my problem lies up here, because right here is my USB hub that connects my hard drives and my Ethernet cards to the network. Well, I'm thinking, now I'm not quite sure of what's going on. It could be the laptop, but I'm not quite sure just yet. The network cards are staying running, but these hard drives connect and disconnect. And then it says read-write failure on some of these hard drives. So there's, you see that little sign right there. And yeah, you can say, well, I'm using XP, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't want to listen to it. It works fine for me. So I'm having to build another computer of another older system. And the reason why I've used a laptop is because I at the time I didn't really have too much else. I mean, yes I did, but I also was using other things at that time. And I'll explain more about why I was doing laptops instead of towers at that time. And actually I was going to be using both of them. And let me show you my new tower. Well, it's not really brand new, but it's faster by a little bit than the laptop. Of course, it still has the USB hard drives I've got attached to it. Now those hard drives will be coming off that computer, off my laptop, and I'm going to use them on this new computer. But I do have the internal network cards. So I've got 3 network cards. One is on the motherboard and 2 in the extension slots. And it's probably, I don't know, that was a Pentium 4, almost 3 gigahertz, which is not bad for what I need it for. I don't have a lot of processing. I'm going to be using it for a file server and a music server. Right here is my desktop tower that I'm going to be running my network attached storage computer on. And it's not finished yet. It's almost there. But this system has 2 gigabytes of memory, which is able to go up to 4, which is a little bit more overkill. I don't think I really need to have 2, but it's good enough for what I need. And then on the back here has the video card and the Ethernet cards, if you can see what's under this computer here with all the wires. So right here's my 2 Ethernet cards that I've got going on. And then I got one that's built right into the computer. and all these are gigabit, so it will handle all the bandwidth that we need when running the file system. So over here behind me is my laptop router, and I've got two routers that are actually computer routers. One's a tower and a regular dual core PC 32-bit. And this one laptop that I've got up here running is a 64-bit, 4 gigs of RAM. And it works. I have no problems really, except that there's some issues with setting up some things. It could be a whole slew of things. Well, let me show you what's with that right now. So here's my laptop router. And it has a built-in Ethernet card, which is about 100 megabits. Isn't bad for a router. And then I have two USB network card connections, which the other one I'm having a hard time getting at, but it's right here. And that connects into my network. And that feeds my server and my local network. So I'm not sure what's going on with this unit, except that there are rules that I'm trying to set up in the firewall that will not work. And there's other things that are going on, like I want to ping some addresses, and it just will not ping. Although if I'm on that certain network, like a certain address, because this is actually a VLAN router, and that means virtual local area networks, which you need to have this kind of equipment over here to use this type of a router. So, and that's in my other videos that I do, and I'm not going to get into a whole lot of detail, but I can't get some things to work. And I think it's due to the limitations of a laptop. And if it was a regular tower, like this one down here is, I have no problems with that tower at all. And it works great. But with this thing, I can get internet on it, but I can't block things or really open things too much. I just don't know if it's the hardware, whether it's inside the computer, or what. So if you're asking me, why in the world did I go with laptops? Well, way back when I started getting laptops, I was refurbishing them from other people that, actually a friend of mine that gave me laptops. Instead of throwing them out, I repurposed them. And my purpose was for the laptops was to use them only as backup. Well, one thing or another happened, and I eventually just used my laptops, and they work fine, but my main idea was behind the laptop was to use it for backup purposes to save electricity. Well, then I got thinking about it, and I thought, well, hell, I might as well just try to save some electricity now and just use it on an everyday basis. That does not work too well, and now, since I'm having these issues with the laptops, who knows what it is. It could just be because they're old. It could just be because I'm overkilling on things. And that's probably more or less my problem, is that I am overkilling. And I'm using things on these laptops that, heck, they weren't meant to be used in the first place. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't use a laptop 24/7, but if you're not using it for like a work system, like a workstation type deal, then you may be running into some problems. But like me, for instance. But like again, I said that I'm doing way more than anybody's doing with a laptop, and then these probably weren't made to do it, and they're just old. So they will still work as a good desktop computer, or a laptop computer, not really a desktop, but a laptop system that you want to portable around. But I really don't have a lot of use for portability. I was just trying to be for conserving electricity when I'm on a generator. I still might do that, but I don't know. That's a lot of work to have to switch from tower to laptop and from laptop to tower when when emergencies happen. So I don't know what you got going on at your network or in your home as far as your laptops are concerned, but if you got a wacky setup like mine, then you might have the same issue sometimes. Now, I don't know if there's a person in their right mind that would do something like I do. I'm just the exception to the rule when it comes to computing. So I hope you found my problem interesting, and if you have some questions or concerns about your own setup, feel free to make comments, and I'll see you the next time on Pushing Technology to the Limit. Have a great day.